Hey YouTube, welcome back for another video. I'm the Prepper, and today we got a little bit of food on the table. Not doing a cooking show today. Today we're talking about food and water and why you need to have it stockpiled in your house so you don't have to go anywhere if something happens. Because you don't want to be leaving the house during a natural disaster, during anything that's crazy. You want to be able to have your stuff on hand ready to go. So one of the reasons why I'm talking about this today, it's not really one of my Survival 101 series videos, but I think it needed to be put out there. I'm sure everybody has heard what happened in Texas and the Deep South with this major winter storm. You know, it crippled everybody. Texas, they have their own independent grid, and it went down because it was not properly winterized, and you know, everybody's doing finger pointing and all that stuff, but that's not what this is about. You know, people are really suffering in Texas, and I want to prevent you from having to go through that. If you're where you live in the country, if your grid goes down, if you have to survive for, they say minimum of 72 hours, because most of the time that's when your grid and utilities are going to come back online after a natural disaster. It depending on what it is, okay, and depending on how much damage has been done to the system. So, food and water. Let's go. So now, water is essential. Like, you have to have water to survive. There is no ifs and buts about it. You have to have water to survive. You need 1 liter per person per day to survive. You can survive on less than that, but this is what is recommended to get through disasters or if you're out on your own. 1 liter per person per day. This is 3.78, so it's basically a three day supply of water for one person. Okay, so 3 day supply for one person. That is if you're not in a really hot climate and you're sweating a lot, because the more you sweat, the more water intake that you need. So, water is very important. My wife gets these spring watered, gallon jugs for our plants indoors because they don't like tap water. So when she's done with them, what I do is I fill them up with tap water and I'll store them. And I rotate my water out about every 6 months. And you can use gallon jugs. You can get stackable containers. These are really cheap. That's why I like them. And these bottles are BPA free, so you don't have to worry about any of the plastics leaching into your water. So always have at least a week's supply of water for everyone in your house. That way, all the runs on the stores, you don't have to do that. You got water stored. I suggest storing it in a closet somewhere cool, or room temperature, dark, away from the sun. A closet would be best. Keep it away from freezing. So, water is very important. Now, next we're going to move to food. Now, when it comes to food, you can do this pretty cheaply. Like, my wife is a vegetarian. She loves rice and beans, so we stockpile rice and beans. Brown rice, it's a really good source of starches and fibers. Beans are a great source of protein. They can give you a lot of fiber in your diet. Spaghetti, you're going to get your starches, and spaghetti is a really good thing. You can store it well. It doesn't take up a lot of space. None of this stuff takes up a lot of space. And here in a second, I'll grab the camera and I'll show you what I have all this stuff stored in. We have 2 of these. I just brought one out for example because they're really heavy. Peanut butter. Peanut butter is great. It is a great source of protein. It tastes good on most everything. And peanut butter is where it's at. Now, peanut butter is heavy, so you're going to want to stockpile your stuff where you're at. If you're bugging out and you have a location, stockpile it there. If you have to bring it with you, just know that a jar of peanut butter is not light. If you have to carry multiple jars of peanut butter, it's going to weigh you down. Okay, so keep that in mind. Keep your stuff stocked at where your final destination is going to be, whether it's at your house, your buddy's house, a cabin in the woods, whatever. So we've covered beans, rice, spaghetti. So let's talk about freeze-dried meals. This one's from Mountain House. Sorry if there's a glare. The it sucks in here today. So this is called, it's Mountain House. It's freeze-dried. It's a freeze-dried meal. This one's beef stew. It's got a lot of protein. This is 2.5 servings. This package is 2.5 servings, 14 grams of protein. So this is, this will do you good on your protein. The only thing about these is they're really high in sodium. So if you have a problem with sodium, these are really high in sodium. But they last for 25 years. So we have a bunch of these. You can get them in bulk or you buy them individually. I think individually they're like $5-6 a piece. So those can get expensive. I caught a deal several years ago and got these, and they don't expire until 2046. So, and all you have to do is just add boiling water to them. Some of them you don't even have to add hot water. You can just add water to them, and it'll be cold, but it'll still be edible. I prefer hot water. And they're ready in about 10 minutes. So, beans, rice, spaghetti, freeze-dried meals, peanut butter, all that stuff's great. And you can store it really well. So, and water and food is just the most important thing that you can have because you need it to survive. So, we'll grab the camera real quick. Okay, and so
Addy mode.
This might be a little bit difficult to see. I'm trying to do this with my drone. This is a container that we have that it's an old military container. It seals very well. And let me put my camera back up here so we can finish our conversation here. All those old military type stuff, it's really good. It's really good to have. It stores really well because you want to keep your food and everything out of the elements. You want to keep it in a closet in your house, stored up in either airtight containers or these type of containers, because you don't want oxygen, moisture, bugs, or anything getting into your food. It'll ruin your food. So, with that being said, I also like to I'd like to thank all my new subscribers out there. I know some of y'all came from the Camping Indiana online Facebook page where I posted that. I apologize for not being able to just post my link, but the guy that runs it, he's just not comfortable with it, and I understand that and I respect it. So, all my fellow Hoosiers, hi, how you doing? Snow's finally melting off. But I want to thank y'all from the bottom of my heart for all the support that y'all give me, because I want what I give you to be worth your time. You give me your time by watching my videos. I want to give you something that you can take with you. So, that concludes our video series on food, or video today on food and water, why it's so important, and why you should never rely on the grid or the grocery stores or anything to make sure you and your family stay safe and you have stuff to survive. I hope y'all have a fantastic week, and always remember, stay prepared, stay alert, stay alive.